Thank you. It's a delight to be here with all of you and to have Ann with me tonight. I get to go out many nights, but it's not always I get to have her here, and I hope many of you have your partners here also. Emily and Catherine were really persistent in living with my miserable schedule to adjust to that and to make arrangements that I could be here, because I did want very much to be with you. And that's probably as much as any other reason, because I think it's important that I send a message. It's also important that all the managers in this room send a message. And that message has to be fairly simple, that we as a culture must respect our differences, whatever those differences must be. And that we really, on the job, must focus on our job-related contributions, because in the end, that is what's going to matter. And in fact, I think building on our diversity as a company will really turn out to be one of our great strengths going forward. So it is a delight to be here, and Emily and Catherine have warned me I have 10 minutes and I've got to get off because Elizabeth is really the entertainment for tonight. and no pressure. I hate that when people do that to me. So have fun, have fun. A little bit. In any case, I thought I'd quickly just rush through what all of you know already. And 1994 was a big year for this company. We made a lot of changes. We refocused the company. We sold off about $8 billion worth of businesses. We took down our debt from over $7 billion to about $1 billion. We now have a AAA balance sheet that allows us great flexibility. We looked at the future. We sort of refined a mission statement and a vision statement where we want to take the company. We defined RONA teams to really pursue operational excellence in 10 different but overlapping dimensions. I think we have identified that the secret to our future as a company is really to achieve growth, because just getting a good balance sheet and momentarily a good profit and loss statement will not sustain itself unless we can get revenue growth. So we've looked at different areas of getting revenue growth, and I think we've got a lot of great things going today, whether it's in product differentiation, geographic expansion, especially in the developing nations of the world. The digital and applied imaging area in March 28th is going to have its big coming out, so to speak, and it will be a great affair that really is exciting. Takes place in San Francisco, as a matter of fact, back in your home territory. And in addition, we've identified opportunities in service businesses relative to imaging, and we are rebuilding the capability of this company really to be a leader in Frank Zaffino's shop, who is here with us tonight, in the equipment area. Because if we're going to get growth, we really have to be good there. But let's suppose all those dreams come true, that we can achieve growth and we can get operational excellence. I think the real secret to this company has to be in the cultural renewal that we have to go through. Because in the end, it is what this company amounts to each and every one of us as employees that will really matter and that will really bring out the best in all of us. I hope someday that we can really look at this company as a place where, once again, the best and the brightest in the world, from whatever background they may be, really look upon Kodak as a great place to work. And as a place where they can each make a contribution that is dependent on their skills and their energy and not their differences. And that people are rewarded for those contributions, as all too often today is not the case. Now you notice that's an inclusive statement. There really are no boundaries to that dream that I think we all must have. Truthfully, every one of us is different in different ways. we must look at that as a strength, not a weakness. Every one of us is important to Eastman Kodak as a company, and we must be, and we will be judged by our contributions, not by those differences. I have 3 children, and I often like to give them advice, and they often like not to take that advice. But over the years, I have fallen in love with a phraseology, a piece of pop poetry, I would guess, by a guy by the name of Max Ehrman, who's an Indiana poet. At least he copyrighted this. I am not sure he really wrote it. But it's the thing many of you have seen called Desiderata. And I think it's particular. I want to steal a couple of sentences out of it today, because I think it's helpful for the gay population especially to think about some of these words. But it's helpful for all populations who are discriminated against because in some sense they are different. And again, I'm just extracting a few words out of that. But those words are: beyond a wholesome discipline, be gentle with yourself. You are a child of the universe. No less than the trees and the stars, you have a right to be here. I think we all must understand that and live by that. And I might say, in closing, that every one of you is important to Eastman Kodak. Kodak is fortunate and proud to have you as part of this company. And we are counting on every one of you to help us not just achieve great results, but to change the culture for the better. Thank you very much.